again live Saturday night, Courtney G's spot. You found it. I'm your host, Courtney G. We're doing it again Saturday night, going live, having some fun, talking about some issues, some stuff we don't want to have to deal with, but we do on a regular basis. We had a show last night. We talked about some positive things, but here's the opposite. You got to talk about those negative things, those things that piss you off. I'm sure if you logged in here, you noticed that you have to be 18, so we might say the word fuck here and there. So just be prepared for that. So I'm glad you joined us tonight. If you are here, if you are not, and you're watching this later, thank you anyway. And so we're here. I got my co-host DC behind the scenes tonight. How you doing, DC?
I'm doing pretty good tonight. We're going to go ahead and shout out Mr. Chad, who has been here since 8:52.
Good job, Chad. Nice to see you, Chad. I know Chad. I grew up with Chad. He was down the block. We played a lot of outdoor guns and what have yous, water balloon fights and frisbee and all sorts of things.
Oh, let's get along, Chad. Yeah, like you said, we got two modes here. We got yin and yang, and on Saturday night we do the yang, and we talk about things that maybe aren't too great of things we like dealing with.
Those things in our life that are negative, and yeah, just aren't that fun.
Like coworkers. Oh man, coworkers are just
right out the gate. Going with the coworkers. Oh, everybody knows though we have the best of those, and it's not every place you have to deal with them, but especially in the bigger companies where our age ranges usually. If you work at a job that can hire younger people and or older people, those have a tendency to start issues.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, I'm not going to dig too deep into my personal place of employment. That's not intelligent. But we can overall talk about types of coworkers. And
yeah, for sure.
We were definitely going to talk about that type of coworker that is negative. That coworker that just complains about his job every day. Oh, God, why do we gotta be here?
You don't have to be here, bro. You can go get a job somewhere else. McDonald's is always hiring.
Something, man.
Go flip a burger and feel a little bit better. But no, yeah, you have those people that they drag you down.
Yeah, and it really sucks because maybe you don't like your job, but you're not up to it. And you're just doing what you got to do. And then here's this guy every day. Oh, man, why do we got to be here? This sucks. Why do we got to do that? Why do we got to do that?
Yeah, that's your job, bro. That's what you sign up for whenever you sign that petition to be here.
You're here, man. You went through the interview just like everybody else.
And we are here. So that's what you have to do. I just recently, personally what that job was, but I quit because of my boss.
Yeah.
Was just an absolute nightmare. One of the worst people I've probably ever met on the planet. Good intentions, but just had become incapable of even acknowledging humans, like adapting, or I'm sorry, not even adapting, communicating just across the board with just the basic simple needs of please and thank you. So sometimes we just have to deal with those things, but if it's really that bad, if you have to complain every day about your job,
just leave.
Just go somewhere else. There's a billion jobs out there.
I've done it.
There's more jobs than there are homeless people. I put money on that.
Oh man, I'll share a story. Matter of fact, a job I quit because I really liked it. It was automotive. My host here can tell you that I really do like cars. That's my thing, and I was doing that.
For sure.
It was like my first job when I got back to California. I'm originally from California. I've said that a couple times, from the San Francisco Bay Area. And I moved out of state and went back for 2 years. Well, at the beginning of that, I started working at this oil place. And I had a chance to move up to be a mechanic. And the owner told me to stay in my lane. And
oh my gosh, I have to take a 2-minute.
Okay.
You keep talking your story. I have to take a phone call. This is
important for sure.
This is not a normal situation. Keep going.
Well, anyways, so I worked at this place. I was trying to advance myself, try to be more productive and useful at my job. So maybe when I have downtime, there was two sides. There was the oil change side. If anybody's ever worked in automotive, when you work in an oil change place, they may have a mechanic side where they do like sometimes low grade mechanic work. Sometimes it's more extensive. But so I'm trying to do that, and he's telling me, no, focus on your work, do this, do that. And about a week later, he comes out, and because we're really slow on the oil change side and super busy on the mechanic side, he's like, hey, why aren't you over there helping and, learning new stuff? And oh man, I personally have a huge issue with somebody being what's the word? Where's that word at? Dang, double standards, basically. I guess. Like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but yeah. So now he's getting on to me for not doing what I was trying to do.
Apologies. Keep going.
In the first place, and it legitimately went back and forth like that, increasingly to no, you need to stay over here, and why aren't you over there? And what really killed it was one day I was doing quite a few things and still trying to help people on my own. And he would come out and say, why aren't you over there doing this? And not helping him. And I'd go over there, back to what I was doing. He'd come out like 10, 20 minutes later. Why aren't you helping people?
Just nitpicking.
Yeah.
Just micromanaging you down to the floor.
And it's one of those situations, too, where he didn't know a thing about his business.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't step out and even point at the oil cap.
I've had jobs. Man. I've had bosses like that.
Man. He just talked about his yacht all the time. And the really bad part was, and I felt really bad about this, and I may say this, Mr. Theo, you are really into duck hunting, my friend. So if you ever run across this video and you hear this, man, I am so sorry because you were upset on that day. Yeah, it was like even before lunchtime, like something happened.
What a nice guy giving I'm sorry.
Yeah, like for real. It was before lunchtime and something happened, and I was like, I went and I said bye to Miss Nancy, and I went and I told Theo, I was like, look, man, I was like, I'm not coming back. I'm leaving. I was gonna finish the day and then tell you and talk about it, but I can't deal with this anymore. And I didn't even get to say another word. I understand he was upset. Theo and Miss Nancy were the coolest people to work with. Theo was the shop manager, and Miss Nancy was the upfront person. And he was upset. He was like, get the hell out of here. Yeah. He's like, just leave the property. Don't come back. I was like, man, I felt bad.
Right.
I felt real bad because Ken put me in that position, and I haven't said the place where I was at, so I feel like I can say first names here. I'm not trying to put anybody on blast or anything. But it really sucked, and I felt so bad, and I drove home with my tail between my legs, like, man, I didn't want to do that to Theo.
But sometimes you got to step out.
And because at that point, every day when I'd go to work, even if I woke up in the best mood and I was just great, just on the drive to work, it would just turn to shit.
Mm-hmm.
And when I get to work, I'd just be sad.
If you feel that drag on your way to your job, that is a pretty good sign you need to do something about that.
Yeah.
Something needs to change.
And I mean, don't stay there and complain and be in a bad mood.
Because then what is that? I mean, it's a domino effect. What does that do to your life? It just ruins the rest of your day. And then you go talk to people negatively, and then you drag them down. And it's really butterflies. We all know about the butterflies, right? The butterfly theories, the butterfly effects.
That's for sure. Mr. Chad has some good words here. He's all like, people just need to remember that complaining doesn't help. Try and make solutions and show your importance. And one of the most important things is to be able to reinvent yourself when roadblocks happen in your job. Never give up and know your worth. And I mean,
those are positive words. This man personally, I know he's been through some shit recently. And not even just recently. He, down the block, his father passed away a few years back, and like things have just not gone his way. And we have all lost family members, so we can experience those moments where we've lost someone very close to us. So shout out to Chad and those. But to come back from those, in fact, I know somebody personally, we worked with them, lost a daughter, like at 10 years old. Like, you want to talk about a positive human being after that? That is an amazing feat, because to lose my child, you would never ever hear from me ever again. Like, that is stand up fact. Like I would just disappear. There'd be no point, alive or dead. It wouldn't even matter at that point. But it's to be able to come back from that. That's amazing. That's a power. That's a very good power.
It is definitely a very good show of strength there. I mean, I agree with you. I'd be wrecked for a long time, if not forever. Like there's, yeah. No.
That's a whole nother level. So, losing family members never fun, but we all do it. It's like I've thought a lot recently because as we age, we think more objectively, I guess. Just about the idea of the importance of life. So to not take it so shitty, like it really could be worse. Like if you really look around this giant ball of water we float on in the middle of dark emptiness, it could be a hell of a lot worse. There's a lot of shit going on out there. That is.
And sorry to interject so
no,
much.
You're good.
But I definitely agree. And I mean, even all the way down to the homeless people. Like, a lot of homeless people are thankful because they still know that their situation could be worse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's people in other countries where they really don't care about their homeless population,
mm-hmm.
and they treat them like dogs, and mm-hmm. like at least they're free to some extent.
Yeah, I mean,
and still doing what they want to do.
They're not being kicked out of park, or at least where we're at. I don't know where everybody. Most of the people I'm sure we're reaching out to is in around an area that their community is not kicking them out, but like they're all over the place. No big deal. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, it is what it is. But again, it could be worse. Yeah, you're right. They all have phones. We could be throwing bottles and cans at their faces. Not saying.
Man, yeah.
There's places that do that kind of crap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and
definitely places.
I've actually had that worry. You ever just walk down the street worried you're going to get something chucked? You hear a car coming and like you scroll through worst case scenarios.
100%. I've had some crazy things yelled at me. I think one time somebody tried to throw this cup at me, but it didn't have like nothing in it, so it just like blew away. But I can't tell you, and it's never happened, thank God, because I feel real bad to have to do it because somebody thought they were being funny. Again, I used to walk everywhere I went for a long time, and I mean 1 hour long walks. And
I feel you on those.
And whenever it would rain, I would always carry like a baseball size rock in my hand because I was always waiting for that one person to think that it was funny to splash me.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, thankfully nobody did. Thank you, humanity of this great state I live in.
The kindness of strangers.
Yeah, he didn't splash me, and there's been plenty of situations where I very easily could have been drenched, and nobody did that. So, and Mr. Chad here puts a good comment along with that. He says we need to show our compassion rather than judging people nonstop.
No, for sure.
And that's true. I mean,
that is everybody get out of your bubble is what it is. And if you haven't caught on from last night, the reason I am not into the chat is I'm running my hotspot off of my cell phone because I lost internet. So we don't really have internet right now. So if it's choppy or weird, or I apologize. If I happen to get a phone call or something happens, that'll definitely cut it down a little bit. But we're going to try and keep it going as long as my data keeps flowing. I got the unlimited plan. So this is, for some reason, he's got the same unlimited plan, but his hotspot went away because he made the
Hey, listen, we're going to cover this on live right now.
Don't call customer service.
You said this the other day.
Don't call customer. If you have a problem with your phone, do not call the 1-800 number. Just use the robot.
Listen, I called them after I tried every single thing I could find on the Googles, and yeah, it just didn't work. That was the last ditch effort. I was already solidified on I was never getting internet back again on my phone or the ability to hotspot. And it was just a last-ditch effort to try to figure out maybe if there was something I could have done or something like that.
But they caught you using their secret hotspots.
He was very, very confused. He was like, no, that shouldn't be possible. And I was like, well, I can tell you, I know a lot of people with your service. And that happens.
Yeah, you should check your phones out there. Go into your settings and see if you can turn your hotspots on. Well, sometimes you can force turn them on. I had one company, I don't even honestly remember who it was, but it was a phone. I just go in, force turn. It would like turn it on and off like 3 or 4 times until the mobile hotspot came on. But yeah, definitely don't call your customer service and complain about your features and your phone you're probably not supposed to have.
Yeah. It's like calling the police because somebody stole your drugs.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same category.
Again, I didn't tell them they were my drugs. I told them, hey man, this
I know a
happening.
guy. I found this hotspot. I know a guy, and I found this hotspot.
Hey, this is happening. I'm just like wondering what the implications are. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't trying to.
What kind of information is there a reward for turning people with hotspots?
Oh,
how's the chat going? Anything happening?
No, not much. Nothing. We do got 4 people here.
We have 4 people. So I know we got chat. We have us. We have the live YouTube representative. Make sure I don't say shit too much or whatever. 4th person, where you at? What we got? Anybody? They're not going to respond. Maybe it's last night. Wasn't it Tisha?
Yep.
She's secretly. Should we call her out?
Oh.
Too late. I already said her name.
Yep.
I just call her out.
You already said her name.
No.
Go ahead.
The demon is released.
Oh.
Okay. Well, at least we have 4 people. That's good. We hit 7 last night. I think that's the best we had. The most we've had 2 likes. So
yeah. Hey, I like the lights.
We're climbing up there.
On the board, I can't see the lights.
No, we don't have any likes here. Nobody likes this crap. This is nothing. You want to hear a complaint? This is something I've been holding on to. I heard this article. You heard the article? You can look it up about these new sex robots, right?
Oh, what?
Okay, hold on a second.
I've seen the titles, but I haven't looked.
This is going to lead to something. And that's not about the part I'm even pissed off about. They're making these.
Sex robots. I don't know where this is going.
They're making these sex robots that apparently are so human-like. It's going to be hard to distinguish them from actual females and males or whatever. Blah blah blah. So they're putting a lot of money into this. These companies. Yada, yada, yada. My complaint is not that. If you want to go fuck a robot, go do your thing. People have been doing weirder shit for years. There's sheep and cattle and everybody's banging something out there. My complaint is, why am I still sitting at the traffic light for 2 minutes when there's nobody going the other direction? Can we not pump a little of this technology into these traffic lights? It's 2019 and we can make these vagina robots feel like a real woman. I have to wait extra time and be late to work because these traffic lights don't want to switch directions. That's a real complaint. That's real life. These robots, oh, come on now. Like, there's got to be a police officer out there or somebody in city council. I've actually thought about going to city council on that weird channel like 4 or 6 or whatever they put on TV and standing in front of all the members and complain about the traffic light system and the streets and the way where we live. There's not railroad crossing lights at the railroads. Like active railroads around the university that have tour trains that go by them around blind corners, especially in the summertime when the foliage is nice and green. There's no little hand, no light, no ding 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 ding. Hey, there's a train coming. You got to stop and look right, and hopefully when you look right, there's not a train coming left, and then go forward. Real life.
And yeah, for the record, he said university, so it's not like this is a small town. I understand some small towns, yeah, they're not going to do that.
This is a population like almost 100,000 people and growing on a ridiculous basis.
And it's a college town, so I mean,
and this is within like a mile and a half, 2 miles. The one I specifically just called out of the university. So nobody gives a shit about this stuff. Another thing that annoys me. Here we go. You ready for this one? This little, you know what I'm talking about. This road over here, they just added this whole brand new, beautiful bike trail. You know what I'm talking about? You've seen it over by the park, right down the road. They line for over a mile because they're all about bike trails. They love the outdoors. Beautiful. I'm dig it. I'm down for it. Not a problem. They build this one for about a mile and a half, 2 miles. I give them away the road because it doesn't matter. Old Missouri is the name of the road.
Mm-hmm.
But they build it, and it's double lane. It's got colors. It's even got its own traffic lights at the intersection, and it has more street lights than the entire town altogether. It's beautiful. My complaint is, here we go, are the cyclists that don't use it. They're still in the middle of the road, slowing down traffic, right next to the brand new street that was built for them. Like, that we have a lot of cyclists, they wear the numbers, they do this a lot. There's a lot of people in competitions and marathons around here. And here they are, just in the middle of the damn road, right next to, like, and you can't hit them because they're on a bicycle. You want to, so you just go home and you play some Grand Theft Auto and then everything's fine. But it's really obnoxious. And I don't understand people starting to understand my father more, like why he stuck himself in a garage for a decade and didn't work the night job and didn't want to talk to people because they're fucking weird. Like, I don't get it. We're all backwards and we're pretentious and we just think we own everything and we should be the boss of everything. I don't understand.
Mr. Chad here, talking on the whole sex robot thing. He says he could care less about that, but the testicle jacuzzi, that's the important thing to talk about. Mini ha-has.
Testicle jacuzzi.
That's what I brought it up. I'm like, hey, what's this? We're not just going to talk about it.
Okay, I'm going to describe what I think it is first.
Oh, my God.
Is it a little, like, tiny jacuzzi
like
or bag for your balls? You just stick your nuts in it.
What am I doing with my life? I got Google.
And you plug it in, I assume.
But I definitely want to hear what Chad's talking about.
That's a no for me.
What? You don't want a testicle jacuzzi?
No. I had a cup and I'll just put some warm water in a cup and just dip my balls in it if I really.
What if this thing has like?
And then blow some bubbles and it goes in the straw. I want to see a picture of this testicle jacuzzi.
Yeah, you do.
Oh shit! Is it anything like I just?
Oh my god, that's great. That's great.
Testicuzzi. What the fudge?
At home right now. Hey, Google testicle
jacuzzi.
You will not.
Testicuzzi. I'll even spell it for you kids. TESTICUZZI. Testicuzzi. What the fuck? All right. Advancements in science, people.
That's what we're doing with science.
Thank God for that.
Hot tubs for our bits.
Meanwhile, people are still losing their shit and getting caught up in the revolving doors. I mean, come on. Trains. How do you get hit by a train? I guess when you have a crossing place that doesn't have crossing lights, that's how you get hit by a train.
It was totally a joke, obviously, but because we have the ability, they did it.
That's the problem. We have too much technology. We can do anything. Oh,
stupid ideas can become reality and show up on the internet in like 2 seconds. This is crazy.
Yeah, you can buy horse vaginas.
Whoa.
Plastic.
Why do you know this?
Because look at the internet.
I'm not.
Have you ever been on the internet?
Nope.
Not
anything.
Go on there.
Horse vaginas.
You know that talk show we used to live up there? Or listen to up there?
Oh yeah, freaking.
There was a guy on there talking about silicone. He owns a silicone company. He's been doing it for 50 plus years.
Shout us out.
That would be great.
What was it?
You know what I'm talking about? This guy.
Talk show.
Johnny Dare.
Johnny Dare.
Johnny Dare. Chad knows Johnny Dare.
Johnny Dare. I freaking love your talk show.
Johnny Dare.
I used to listen to that on the way to work every day.
Every day. In fact, yeah, for decades. Anyway, he had this guy talking about his silicone company one time, and I swear there was a woman on there talking about you can buy horse dicks and like silicone stuff.
Penises and penises.
Yes.
Like I knew about all that, but I didn't know horse vaginas.
Look it up.
What is the point of that? What does a horse vagina even look? Okay.
I don't know what the point of it is. Go to a sex shop and there's a blow up sheep on the counter.
No, there's not.
Just correct.
I can't believe I'm typing this into my phone.
Yeah, you're gonna go home and wifey's gonna.
Hey, shout out to. Oh man, what's the one I'm thinking of right now? Hold on.
If she's watching live, she's gonna know you're.
What's that VPN? The main one. There's a VPN out there, a VPN app.
A main one?
Hold on, let's see. I'll type in VPN and it's probably gonna be the first one that pops up. Nope, that's not the one.
I don't know. Where's everybody out tonight? Everybody's got. Yeah. So Audrey, our number one fan, she's out at a party. Where's Eminem tonight?
Tyler's, where you at?
Tyler's young enough to be at parties.
My video keeps pausing.
I got we got new people though. So if we could get everybody together, Dad's in the house, your wifey's in the house.
For sure.
Writing down all the things you say wrong. What else? You guys want to talk about some shitty stuff? Let me know.
What's going on in your lives, guys?
I know Chad is on that positive note. He's working on stocks. So he's been talking to, because you know how we've been doing this stuff. I mentioned to you, Mr. Chad, I'm going to shout out to you almost personally at this point, about this Bitcoin stuff. Me and DC here have been into stocks and Bitcoin for quite a while now. I started with the stock crap and we started getting into the Bitcoin stuff. We don't have to go deep into that right now. We're talking about the stories and whatnot, but that's just a future thing. He's progressing into that. He's saying next year he wants to be into that so he could teach us how to day trade, the whole thing that we've been wanting to do for a long time.
For sure.
How long have we been talking about this? I mean, for real.
Man, forever. And then every time we work together, it's just one job every day. Every day this dude come in and give like a freaking cryptocurrency sermon. Just like, all right, guys, gather around. I'm going to tell you what's in the news today.
Tell my people.
Tell you what you should be doing, what you should need to look at.
Yeah.
What's a good idea?
Yeah, no, I want to do that kind of stuff because that looks fun. It just looks fun to make money with money. Isn't that what people do nowadays? That's the only way to make money. What do you got over there? You look like you want to say something.
Well, Mr. Chad said, yes, we bought 2 of them and had our boss put them on the job site for our coworkers from Kansas.
2 of what?
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. And then he said, yeah, stay away from Libra.
Oh, Libra coin. That's the.
Oh.
You know, I know.
Libra. Don't mess with that Libra coin, huh?
No, that's
hurt and hurt.
Yeah, no, for sure. I get into the altcoins. Bitcoin was good to buy at the beginning of the year when it was down to 3,500.
Oh man, yeah, you could have made some money.
Could have made some money. I had money at that point.
Oh, he said he bought 2 blow-up sheep for the job site and put it on there for kids. But he said, yeah, he's cautious about a lot of crypto companies, especially the ones from China.
Yeah, there's a lot of crypto. That's a bunch of BS out there. So it's future shit. This is exactly what happened with the internet back in the 90s and when computers came out. And it's the same thing that happened with TVs when TVs were first around. And I know most of the people in the world are too young to remember this, but nobody wanted TVs in their house when TVs started because why would I need a TV in my house? And then you get one, you're like, why would I need more than one TV in my house? Then you get 3, and you're like, why don't I have a TV in my bathroom? So you put a TV in your bathroom, and then next thing you know, you have drones. So
yeah. Why don't I have a TV in my fridge?
Yeah, why wasn't there a floating TV right in front of my face at all times so I could stare at my reality TV shows?
Just gonna shout them out. I don't know exactly how detailed they are, but these glasses. Heads-up display glasses.
Oh my gosh!
And
to tell you how fast you're walking when you need an oil change.
No,
if you got a flat tire.
All your information, like you know how they got the smartwatches.
Oh, they had those a while back. Google had glasses, but they got rid of those because people were not being allowed into places with them because it would analyze people's faces and give you their information, like directly go straight to Facebook. Like I heard about that crap. You can look videos of people getting kicked out of clubs and whatnot with those glasses.
That's crazy.
That was a few years ago, right? I think, yeah, that was a few years ago. It's going to get there. Have you seen Ready Player One? The movie with the kid and the everybody's wearing the VR and the mix that with Wall-E, and that's basically what the future is going to be like. That's what I'm afraid for our kids, man. That's what I'm trying to teach them not to be just zombies. Like,
right.
let's express yourself. Look up. There's stuff up there. It's pretty cool. Like, you just examine the world sometime, and it's pretty amazing the stuff that's out there.
For sure.
What are you scrolling on?
I'm trying to find the name of these glasses. I can't find the exact ones. I've been seeing all these ads on YouTube for.
Oh, they got new ads out for the glasses. Oh, crap. See, they're coming back.
But there's actually 5 sets here that I'm looking at.
I have inventions, too, for the future, but I don't have any money. So any of our audience out there, hey, YouTube live personnel in the back watching us not say bad words, if you know anybody, I can make you rich because I have invention apps and ideas.
Yep, that's the pitch he's going to listen to is the guy with like 20 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
Start his YouTube channel.
I promise you, I'm smart. I tell you I'm smart. Nobody's going to listen to me. We're a maniac on YouTube. Nobody listens to YouTube. Where's everybody tonight? Everybody's doing a real life situation. Got dates. That's why I'm doing this on Friday and Saturday night. I don't have dates. That's not a thing.
That's a little unfair to yourself there, man. I mean, not to assume that you just don't automatically have things to do on Fridays and Saturday nights. So as you get older, as an adult,
I'm a father.
Yeah, and become a parent. You definitely don't go out and do stuff. I mean, I wouldn't be doing anything on a Friday or Saturday night, but I got a girlfriend and 3 kids, so what is there for me to do on a Friday or Saturday night if there's not like a concert or something we're going to?
Yeah, he's got like 7 times. Well, I got a kid. That's enough for me. I don't need that extra stuff.
So I think the glasses that I'm referring to are called Vaunt. VAUNT glasses.
Vaunt.
And they do very much look like just regular sunglasses, but I've seen the ads and stuff on YouTube, and whoa, no feedback here. Yeah, I mean, they look pretty legit, and it's
so they're going to be
just like having your smartwatch on your wrist, except now you don't have to look down at your wrist.
But you're not going to like examine people as you walk.
No, that's not the point of it.
Okay,
it's legitimately just to see the stuff on your phone.
So many people are going to walk into walls and just smash these things out of their face. They're going to try to play like Angry Birds with their bing, bing, bing.
For sure. And Mr. Chad pointed out the fact that, when you walk into Walmart or Verizon, they track where you go into the store and start compiling a portfolio on you. And this is also very much 100% true. A lot of stores actually do this. I wouldn't be surprised if all of them do this because you know how Walmart is always changing. I don't know if this is consistent every single place, but I can tell you all the Walmarts around here are consistently changing. Like at least once a week, they're moving stuff around. And that's based on what you're buying and what they're putting out and how they're going to get you to buy it. You ever see that one product you see like 5 different places in the store? Mm-hmm. That's because they keep running it past you, so you'll buy it.
Those are the key things. Like I remember back, I think it was the 90s. There was a 2020 episode about casinos, mm-hmm. and the way there's the floor patterns, there's the level of where the seats are, there's the smell, the air, and the amount of O2 that they're pumping into the room. It's all about control and getting you to do what they want you to do. They want you to buy. Like I'm trying to teach that to a 7-year-old, and he's looking at the box now, and I keep telling him. I said, "Dude, you're being duped. You're being tricked. You're being taken because there's more than just the kid on the box that it's playing with the toy. The toy doesn't do this." I said, "Has you ever seen Pikachu run around your house and start yelling at you? Pikachu, no. Well, you see that in the commercial, right? Well, yeah. Right. So that you gotta look past all that stuff."
And I mean, there's even an unrelated in a way ad on YouTube. I don't know exactly what they're talking about. I think they're just like hating on social media and stuff, but how they collect all your information. And we all know it. You somebody's talking to you about something and you're like, oh man, yeah, such and such, I'll have to look that up later. And then you're scrolling through your Facebook an hour later.
There
and boom, here's that thing you've never heard of before,
Right.
never searched, and there
it is. Like you were just talking about it, and there it is. And like the people that are unaware of this are the ones that they're really getting.
Yeah.
Like, pay attention to this crap. Like, if you haven't caught on to this, I'm assuming everybody has. How do you not notice this? Like, you say umbrella, and next thing you know, you have an ad about umbrella, and that one girl singing a song about umbrella Ella's or whatever.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was not. Tyler's in the building. What's up, Tyler?
What's up, Tyler?
I missed a couple of scrolls here on the chat. So Mr. Chad says Google Glass. He says I installed the cabling for them.
Nice.
And I will definitely look this up because that's very interesting.
What's up, Tyler?
And on the casino note, I was going to mention this too. That's why there's no clocks or windows in the casino because they don't want you to know.
Well, what time or how long we've been there?
Nothing. So.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I don't know if I know Chad will remember this. You might remember this maybe vaguely, but in the 90s, there was a commercial about, I forgot his name, but he was a car salesman, and he lied about everything in the commercial. He, what was the whole, I vaguely remember, I was young, but the whole thing was about he lying in the commercial, and there was something to do with that caused a ripple in the fact that commercials couldn't lie anymore to a point. But I think since we got out of the word commercial, we moved into the word ad. Like our children don't say commercials anymore. Like, they say ads because that's what it is. So they're allowed to do these things where they could bend the truth a little bit and get away with it. But that's what the internet was based upon, was, lies anyway. In the beginning, people buying and selling people and porn, and that's what the internet started. It was porn. Like, there was a whole.
That was kind of essentially like they want you to believe that the government had it and the military was using it, and then they just decided, hey, the world needs this. No, it was pretty much porn agencies and other big businesses that wanted another way to get in contact.
Oh yeah, a big way to send their stuff to each other.
And now here we are in the smart age where you can say the word artichoke, and then it's like, oh, so would you want to purchase some artichokes from the local store? Pick one here.
Let's see if I get kicked off for saying this. Did you know YouTube used to be a dating app? Real life. Like, the things don't always end up the way they started. That's why Blu-ray, that was a whole thing too. I don't remember where I heard this, but that's why Blu-ray won the high definition wars over HD. You remember HD video? Mm-hmm. That was a thing because the porn industry backed Blu-ray, and boom, Blu-ray's a thing. Which it's better anyway because it's on PlayStation. What? I don't know if you Xbox fans are out there. I do enjoy Xbox.
Chad, we can go too deep into that subject. He said the internet we know of is only 2% of the actual internet, and I can tell you this from personal experience that is very, very true. And it's not just the other side of it. All the other 98% is the dark web, or whatever they said. The dark web's like the 30%. It takes up like 30% or something like that. But there's just like unindexed parts of the internet that you can't find because a way to find them does not exist. So there's that part. But yes, then there's the back room, and we won't talk about it because anybody that's ever been there will tell you not to go there, and they're not going to tell you how to get there. So that's that.
So yes, there's definitely that dark part, and we need to speed up our internet anyway. We're kind of lacking behind. Europe's had this super internet for years, but again, it's the same thing. Cars could get 200 miles to the gallon. It's the same crap. We could get these things. We can make vehicles that could travel farther on the same amount of fuel. We can make internet that was faster. We could cure diseases, but there's no benefit to curing any of these things. So if we keep the need for them going, then we'll always be shoveling out our money for them. Just wake up. This is very apparent.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got over there?
Oh, Tyler and Chad over here talking about how easy it is to get there. It is extremely easy to get there. And I know you can probably do like 2 simple Google searches, download a VPN, and get you an onion browser and call it a day. But I'll tell you, you don't need to go there.
Should we open a Dybbuk box?
Oh, what? No, they've already done that.
I know. I just want to do it for myself, just to see if any of this shit is actually real.
Look, man, if you're gonna open one of those boxes, I'm not gonna be anywhere near.
I'm probably not gonna be in my house either.
I'm not gonna be your friend after that. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
Possessed via
have some freaking demon
vicariously possessed. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Tyler and Chad, you've got to be very safe because. Yeah, on top of the fact that there's a bunch of stuff in there that's just not for us, normal internet users. It's very easy for you to be hacked or end up in a place that you definitely don't need to be in. I almost got too far down a rabbit hole once, and it was really scary. And that's
Yeah, dark web. Ooh, spooky noochies. No.
Hey, that's not funny, man. It's for real.
No, I believe it. No, I'm 100%. That's why I don't do any of that stupid stuff.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that. Let's not try to de-escalate that.
I don't need to get hacked anymore.
Please do not go to the dark web unless you know what you're doing. You better have like 3 screens.
Don't go to the dark web.
Good stuff like that. It's not worth it.
Unless it's like a haunted house.
Oh yeah, FBI does hardcore monitor parts of it, but you got to imagine there's smart people at the FBI, and then there's the other people in the rest of the world, and there's definitely people that have never left their basement, and that's all they do. And I'm sure the FBI is good, but there's definitely 100,000 more people out there that are way more talented
if
than
they were
anybody.
In better shape, they'd probably be in the FBI.
If they had any morals, that's why they're not working for the FBI, because they don't have.
But that's okay. We'll keep off the dark web because we don't need any weirdos showing up at our house.
Right, for sure.
Could you send some to a PO box?
What? What do you mean?
What?
Them to send stuff to us?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That wouldn't be good either. It'd be still monitored. It's probably smell like dead people and fish. We got anybody in the chat?
Chad mentioned cryptocurrency #1 player there in the dark web. Yes, there's.
Oh yeah, that's part of what it started. Oh my God, I just kicked myself. I kicked myself because I heard about Bitcoin when it was invented.
I remember when Bitcoin was 13 cents. I've physically seen the numbers with my own eyeball. Like I went that far to look at it. But because I didn't know anything about nothing.
I heard about the dark web at the same time. I heard about all this crap, and people were like, we're using this thing called Bitcoin to buy this stuff, and you got to send it through this. And I'm like, what? Computers? I used to be a nerd. I'm not no more. Let me go back and work in a warehouse. That's a good idea. No. Why didn't I pay attention? I don't know. I'm an idiot. Hey, do you mind do you want some coffee? Totally drink some coffee. But no, I should have. Oh my gosh! In fact, I heard a horror story about a guy that spent what was it? It was $30 at the time, but it was like 1,000 Bitcoin on a pizza. Like he ordered a pizza and paid for it with Bitcoin, which was like 1,000 of them at the time because it was 3 cents a piece. And of course, we all know the aftermath of what happened. And oh my gosh, I was making the joke that I guarantee this dude didn't finish this pizza. There's got to be like 2 or 3 slices out there that just molded in a dumpster somewhere. Like just worse, like $250,000 or something. Just something stupid. Oh my gosh, what a goon! No, yeah, that's what I hope for. That's why I have about a dozen little cryptocurrencies, alternate coins, just sitting in a wallet, praying for that one day that one of them does something. There's a couple I'm involved in that if you people out there in this world want to It doesn't cost anything. There's no money involved. I do a lot of them that don't cost money because I don't have any money. So you can just mine these things on your phone. Again, no money, no time in, no nothing. You go in once a day, push a button. But yeah, it's some good stuff. But anybody else got any stories, any other tales? I see a fifth person out here. We got somebody else in the audience. Did we ever identify them? I did. You said it was Tyler?
Yeah, I think fifth one is definitely Tyler.
Right on.
Thank you for coming back, Mr. Tyler.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys showing up. This is we're still having fun with this. We're still kind of new, trying to figure out what the crap to even talk about. Everything, there's no script. We don't know what we're going to talk about before we get in here. So we're just kind of doing it. So that's why we're getting really involved with you guys, trying to get the community involved. What your eyebrows just raised? What is going on in the chat?
Tyler was talking about earlier how it sounded like a scam at the time, and I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Also, as I was looking into it, I was like, what is this crazy stuff that people are trying to get people to spend money on?
Oh, you mean an imaginary Asian guy made a code that if you invest money in, you could potentially get rich off of a thing on the internet that's not backed by any sort of monetary value?
Right.
Yeah, let me get in. I'm in. Here's $100.
But the eyebrow raise was to Mr. Chad here, who said he had a friend that had 300 from a game, and he's been trying to get his account back.
300?
Yeah, we won't even talk about what the number is on that in translation.
That's $2.4 million.
Okay, well, you can do the math a lot faster than I can. Holy cow.
Hopefully your friend finds that. Like, for real, I've heard that. I had somebody else say they had some Ethereum in a wallet they didn't know. That's the problem with crypto, because if you don't know how to handle it, you're going to lose it, and it's going to disappear. So it's good to know what the hell you're doing.
Chad says his friend has been crying. Yeah, I would cry too if I had $2.4 million out there somewhere and I just didn't know where to find it. Like, I would cry every day.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I've gotten extremely pissed because I couldn't recover my Yahoo password, let alone if there was $2.4 million on the line.
No, I've dropped $3 on the ground. I'm like, I wanted my candy bar.
But also, he was saying that Litecoin is pretty easy to mine if you have it set up.
Mm-hmm.
But we've talked about miners and stuff like that.
But see, that when I say mining, I'm not talking about using an actual computer to mine. I'm talking about just downloading an app, and it's alternate cryptos that aren't really worth much right now. It's just potentially worth things. That's why there's no investment involved. That's why there's no money involved, because you don't know I don't know what it's going to do.
Yeah, like the XYO thing. It's like
XYO. Check it out.
Yeah, check it out for sure. It's just they call it geomining, and basically what it is at this point in stage in the setup, from my understanding, the man on the screen can tell you more, but you're just confirming that these places exist. And by confirming this place exists, you're doing them a favor, and the more people that cross through that place becomes more confirmations, and it becomes more locked in. Mm-hmm. So eventually, the point is to be like, when you pay for something, you'll know when it gets to wherever it's going.
Yeah, their GPS is going to be pretty spot on, and they're trying to make it unhackable to the point of knowing, it's their geolocation stuff. They're not giving away any personal information, not utilizing any of that stuff. They're just making sure, hey, there's a road. And when your mining software crosses paths with someone else's mining, it verifies locations and da-da-da-da-da. But that's just one of the few miners I have. We have another one called Pi. We have another one called, oh my gosh, PHM. I got another one. Oh, there's so many out there. But
all those work in the background. The XYO one specifically, you have to run their app, mm-hmm. and it has to be open for it to be effective. But the other ones just run in the background and work throughout the day. Yeah. The Pi one, it runs for a 24-hour period. Then you got to go back in and click a button. I think that PHM one you mentioned, it's every week or something.
Yeah, it's doing it once a week now. You click a button. But these aren't. There's no computer setup, so we don't have the desktop. At this point, it's kind of pointless to mine Bitcoin, because you're not going to get much. But I mean, there's Litecoin, Ethereum, some of these other ones, Cardano. You can get some of these other coins mining now with the right equipment. If you want to open the door, it is hot as shit in here. But anyway, we don't have to talk about crypto all night long. Nobody really gives a crap about that. How are y'all tonight?
Chad was saying the last thing on the crypto thing because Chad said it.
Go ahead, Chad.
And I wanted to touch on the whole last thing he said about it. But the first one he said was about his friend. He said he thinks it's on an old hard drive that crashed, and that would suck.
They're retrievable, but those are difficult. You need to go to a specialist.
Yeah, you would definitely have to
I would not even fuck with it. I'd go to a specialist to get a surgeon involved.
And then he was saying that the American government wants to go to a digital currency.
They already did. They made that one. They have one called USDX. It's the US dollar coin. It's one coin is worth $1. They're trying to make one to keep up. The Federal Reserve itself has already started to back Bitcoin to a sense, and a lot of trading platforms are starting to accept and trade Bitcoin. So it's becoming, there's Bitcoin ATM machines. You can buy Lamborghinis and houses with Bitcoin. If people aren't paying attention to this stuff, like I know I'm saying these words a lot, and I don't like to harp on it because I feel like that dude that is just like, hey, check it out. But here in 5 or 10 years, it's going to be a little bit different. I wish I had more money to invest right now. Oh my gosh. But it's the future. And we've all evolved. Everything evolved. We used to walk around, and then we had wagons, and after the wheel, we discovered wagons, and now we can pull them with horses, and then we figure out we don't need the horses anymore, and we can put an engine on it, and now we're getting cars that can drive themselves and shit. So we're evolving. Society's evolving. Nobody wants to carry on change in their pockets. Nobody wants to carry on and handle money anymore. Everybody's lazy. Everybody wants shit brought to them. You can buy groceries online and have them delivered to your door. Bitcoin's going to get big.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wants to deal with this crap.
Ever.
So
even my girlfriend was talking about the ability to have stuff delivered to your house and eventually using that service. And I was like, if you ever
God.
Just go to the store.
I don't want somebody touching my food. And what if I change my mind while I'm standing there and I see a better brand? That kind of crap doesn't make sense to me.
Right?
So
the ability to choose, make your own choices.
Well, Amazon's already getting to the drone shit where they're going to have. I saw a thing on the internet. It's going to teach you how to signal an Amazon drone that when your package is there, it's going to tell you your package is there, and you have to go down and give it a certain hand signal. At least that's what I read. Maybe they'll change the shit.
You're 100% right, and I didn't make the proper hand signal back here.
Yeah,
that was not it. But I have seen the video, and it's like 3 simple hand gestures. You go outside, you signal it, and I think there's actually a way to mark it. Like,
you just pee on the ground. You pick a spot where you want it to land. You take a piss. You flip it off, and you point to the ground where the pee is, and it just delivers your package to you.
Yeah, no, that's not how it works. But
that's a way better idea, Amazon. If you take that idea, you owe me money,
paid, right?
Yeah.
He wants to get paid if you use the pee on the ground method for your drones to mark their spot.
Yeah, go Amazon. They're not going to do that. But Amazon's competing, or Walmart's competing with Amazon right now. They're the number one competition with this home delivery shit. That's Walmart's only worry. And
Amazon's going to take them over
on the delivery stuff. Walmart now has you can do the delivery at home, but you can also order and pick it up, and they'll bring the shit out to your car. So if you're out and you don't have to walk anymore, you don't have to touch your food anymore. As soon as they get someone to come to your house and put it away for you, again, if you steal that idea, you owe me money. But that's going to be the next thing. And then they'll cook you dinner.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but
go ahead.
Ready for this?
Go ahead.
Letitia said something in the chat.
Oh, we got who's Letitia? Let's talk. What's she talking about?
Oh, she was talking about how money is gross, and referencing the fact that she meant just the grocery pickup and not being delivered to the house?
Still lazy. And money is gross. Do you know how much blood and boogers and cocaine are all over your like somebody just wiped their ass in the bathroom, didn't wash their hands, and then goes buy a cheeseburger to fill up that void that they just shit out in the bathroom. Happens every day. So money is gross. Take a black light to money. People probably jerk off on money. People are weird.
Ew, that'd be gross. Tyler says, I personally love that our tech is evolving rather than our bodies because it's on a noticeable time scale. And then Chad said, just a matter of time that every place to live will have a USPS digital pad to deliver your mail.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Again, can we get a little bit of work on the traffic lights?
Hey, that is not a lie. I did not speak up on that earlier. Hey, and for the record, look this up in your state, but I've asked in my particular area, and I've been told by a police officer that he would do this too. And it originally came to me as a motorcycle law because motorcycles don't weigh that much. And back in the day, the only sensors they had were weight sensors on the road. So sometimes motorcycles would hit the sensors or set it off, So it's called the dead red law. And after a certain amount of time, me personally, I waited a light for 2 minutes and I treat it like a stop sign now.
Yeah.
But that's it. Is
the dead red law.
It won't change. And,
interesting.
I've been on some back roads where plenty of people know that on this road, if you're the only car there, the light's not going to change. And so after a reasonable amount of time, like I said, I do 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I'm sitting at a light for 2 minutes and it doesn't change, I promise you I'm rolling it now.
Oh, yeah.
And the cop said he would do it. And
dead red, good to look up. Look up that in your state. That might be a thing. That's good to know. It's always nice to know those little secrets to get past the police.
Chad said, no, thank you. Tyler said, right. I don't know. They're probably talking about stuff we said, and I just I'm talking. But Chad said, I already talked about Chuck watching the cameras and just laughing at you, waiting there, getting pissed. You can flash your lights. Some will change, thinking you're an emergency vehicle.
My dad used to do that. Yeah, flash the lights.
If you see
not the camera,
but if you see the little thing,
the little sensor.
I don't know how to explain it, but
it looks like a tiny old police light almost, but it's like black or white.
Something, it's like black or white, and it's like a little cylindrical thing that has
flashing your lights help.
2 little posts that point out the front of them,
mm-hmm.
And
it doesn't help if there's someone across the way.
But I mean, that's on those lights. It works because that's what that specific sensor is there for, is to detect strobing lights.
That will work. That's better. Or I've seen people get out and push the crosswalk sign.
I have definitely thought to do that, and I cannot tell you how many times I've made a U-turn and a right. Yeah. So, guilty as charged.
Traffic lights. I've been holding on to that all week because it's just I'm so annoyed at just driving. I can't wait till I can own a helicopter and just float above these fuckers because it's just common fucking courtesy. I'm tired of it. And then it double pisses you off because then the robots are involved. Like, oh yeah, you couldn't get past that slow guy? Well, you're gonna stick here for another 2 minutes for no fucking reason.
Yep.
Oh, I know there's nobody going either other way, but I just want to watch you fume and just. Yeah, that's the best thing. I threw a pin at a guy one time.
What?
This dude would cut me off. I was in my taxi. This was years ago. Stories, taxi. Oh my god.
Well, tell it. Tell that story.
Well, it wasn't huge. It was just the dude cut me off and just being a dick. And I was using my pen, and I was so mad at him, I just threw it at him through my window while driving on the road. And then, of course, you look around and you're like, fuck, I needed my pen.
That was my good pen.
Oh, shit, I got to stop and get a pen. But, no, just mindless people driving, not giving a shit. That's just what it's gotten to anymore. Nobody cares. Nobody talks to each other. I know all my neighbors. I've been to places where I haven't met my neighbors just because nobody cares. For years, I go to my swimming pool. I'm in an apartment complex with 200 residents. And day after day after day, me and my son are the only people at the swimming pool. It's 100+ degrees outside. No kid is out there in the swimming pool. Where are they all at? They're at home playing video games. What are the parents doing? Are they cooking meth in the bathroom? I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing because the kids should be outside climbing trees and riding bikes and playing in the swimming pool because it's summertime, especially when there's a free pool. Not too much pee, just the right amount of pee. Not too bad. What's the conversation saying?
Well, Chad said, just get a blue light and siren. And Tyler said, it's legal to text and drive, but not illegal to drive and write a letter in longhand.
Interesting.
There's actually a lot of things that are not illegal that's just as distracting as anything that they do have illegal.
Can I eat a popsicle while I'm driving? That's legal, right? You can eat food, right?
It depends. We have to look it up. In some states now, anything such as eating or drinking or that's not
anything without your hands on the wheel.
Anything without your hands on the wheel is called distracted driving. And
what about billboards? Billboards distract me when I'm driving because I have to look away from the road to read them.
Not only that, we've seen this super disturbing one. I'm pretty sure it was in Kansas, and we won't talk about it because
I'll talk about which one was it?
The abortion one.
Oh shit!
Oh my god! Hey, look, I have never vandalized a thing in my life, but I swear to God, I wanted to stop the car on the side of the highway.
I know this was a religious one,
and I'm not anti-abortion. I don't care what you do with your life. Do whatever you want to, but this sign did not deserve to be on the side.
It was three. I remember exactly what it was. 3 steps. It was pictured. It was a fetus, and the caption was growing, gone. Like it was an anti-abortion, right? Because the way it seemed, I don't know. It was just very abrasive for a sign just floating above corn. Like it just seemed really, hey asshole.
I won't share that out loud, but you can read it. I think it's funny, but I like it though.
Well, you got to catch them on the way out because going in, they're focused.
Hey, for sure, they might need your shoulder.
On the way out, they're a little bit distraught. Oh my gosh, that's horrid.
We're definitely going to lose one viewer, right?
But hey, I found that button that says 18 and over.
Oh yeah, well, that's good. Did you push it?
Because I pushed it.
Point, we need to push.
Did you have to prove you're 18 to go to the thing tonight, or your thing's already proved you're 18? Okay, but yeah, you have to prove you're 18.
I go to the crazy part of YouTube. Hey. We were talking about the dark web. If you guys don't spend a long time on YouTube, like I do, I spend all my time on YouTube. And there is parts of YouTube that you wouldn't even think are able to exist. I don't know how to get there. I've never found them on purpose. Sometimes I just put autoplay on and start something. And 8 videos later, you're watching something. You're like, did it change websites? What is going on? This is not.
How do they allow that? Yeah. What did he say?
Chad said, I wonder if the doctor says, pinch poke, you owe me a Coke.
Oh, my God. Oh, Lordy. Definitely not getting monetized in this video.
Yeah, no, we're out.
I think our first 100 videos are going to get nothing.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's the way we are.
We're right now. We're just playing for subscribers and watch time.
Trying to get the word out there initially. I want to get the funds up to where we can do business cards and just for fun. And then once we get a community, maybe it'll go somewhere. But
right.
This is more like 5 people is cool because also it keeps the chat easy, so we can keep up with it. Because again, we would usually have 2 laptops going with conversation and a little bit more, but again, we're not too heavy on the internet. So hotspot's doing pretty good, but we can't do all the things we need to do. We need new lighting.
Oh man, hey, we are sincerely. This is the bottom, and this is actually kind of interesting too because you guys are going to get to watch us grow completely. I mean, our first episode, I wasn't even here.
It's horrible. I'm just talking to myself. I feel like it's just me, like confessing sad. Nickel, yeah, I don't have anybody to talk to, so I'm gonna go on YouTube. Hey, anybody out there want to talk to me? Yeah, no, it'll be good. It'll be interesting to go back and watch the beginning of this pile of shit we're trying to create here.
For sure. I mean, it's everything. You got to start somewhere, and there's no reason to think when you're starting at the beginning that you can't make it all the way to the end,
right?
Because you just started.
Yeah, nobody won a gold medal in the Olympics the first time they got into that race.
Yeah,
ever.
You think Usain Bolt was like the fastest man in the world because he didn't think he could do it?
Yeah, isn't he the one that killed his wife?
Whoa, I don't know.
No, there was one of those guys that killed his wife.
I
don't think it was Usain. Sorry, it wasn't you.
I don't pay attention to any of that.
But it was one of those Olympic guys.
The only person I know that killed his wife potentially was OJ. So
Man, you need to catch up. There's been so many more wife murders since then.
Wait. I'm sorry. I think it was Scott Peterson. Definitely killed his wife. That shit happened.
Shout out to Scott.
Hey, I don't even know if that dude's still alive to this day. It wasn't too long ago, but yeah, Mr. Scott, you're a piece of shit.
Not to say
anything,
but like a real piece of shit.
Yeah,
like a piece of shit.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, but no, murder is never justified. Well, is it? Any murder a murderer? Is that justified?
I mean,
should we open up this Pandora's box?
I tell you right now, I know for sure that there's a lot of people that wish they could just let people go free that do things in those situations to like legitimately bad people. Like, you know who I'm talking about. I won't screw it. I'll say it. I lived in this apartment complex. This dude that I befriended turned out to be a freaking child molester, and oh my god, it was so bad.
Unbeknownst, worse.
Didn't even know it, but yeah, came home one day, FBI tape all over the door. I'm like, what's going on? And somebody told me, and like, I legitimately died a little inside. But anyways, so if I was to find out before that happened, obviously he was being watched, and I murdered him. Like, I would obviously go to jail, but there's a lot of people in the justice system that would really wish they could just be like, oh, do we really?
Right.
Like, do we have to? Like, we already know that dude was a piece of shit. Like, he really did the world a favor. Now we don't have to deal with him. Like,
right. I feel like we could be a little bit more advanced. We're so advanced. We call ourselves advanced as a society, but we're letting these people just roam the earth.
I tell you what, and I probably won't be able to do it now, but it's not like I'm going to get rich anyways. But if I ever got rich, that was going to be my free time. Like, my Batman time, what I do in the middle of the night after everybody else has gone home.
Gonna dress as a weirdo in dark outfits and go take out pedophiles?
Well, just general scum, but, people that just...
Listen here, guy. Stop murdering, and I'll destroy you.
No. A mile and a half shot as he walks out his front door.
We could recruit a sniper. Any snipers out there want to help us?
I'm going to be the sniper. What are you talking about? Well, I'm not going to be the sniper anymore. Now the government knows my thoughts, and they're going to be like, let's watch this guy. Make sure he doesn't go all vigilant.
We'll just write a show about it.
Hey, or Mr. FBI watcher in the background, or on my phone. Hey, check it out. Hey, I will murder all your pedophiles for you if you just give me the job, and you don't even have to pay me more than like $75,000.
That should be a job. A bounty hunter for dudes that like run away from their speeding tickets. Why is there not a?
I would not dress in a $4,500 suit, Mr. Chad. I would probably wear some kind of.
Did he say $4,500 suit?
Yes.
He wasn't here last night talking about the guy tickling buttholes.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly the amount of money in the suit that was worth. Chad, right now go Google the Texas butthole bandit. You're going to die because you're going to find out the value of his suit that he wore while he was tickling buttholes. And I'm not lying to you, real life.
Chad says he watched the video.
Yeah.
So
that's we got it.
That's see, got it.
See, he watched the video?
I'm not going to wear any suit. If anything, I'll just be like fully blacked out. And
it won't be that hard.
Yeah, no. People already miss me in the middle of the night anyways. So, yeah. And once again, mile and a half shots. Like, No, they won't even hear it. Like,
that's their head.
Yeah, as it enters the front of their skull and explodes out the back. Yeah,
Theoretically.
I mean, I'm never.
This is all theoretical because we can't even afford.
Yeah, I couldn't even afford
internet. So how are we going to afford
internet? I can't afford an $8,000 .338 Lapua rifle, so we're good.
But anybody want to send us one?
Hey, yeah, for sure.
I'll give you a
box 420 in West Minnesota.
Minnesota. They're all the way up here in Minnesota. In my giant mansion.
Yeah, the giant mansion in Minnesota.
We're in a mansion, but I can't afford internet.
Yep, again. Hey,
or a gun.
Or a gun. No, can't be a vigilante yet, but we got a mansion. We're out here 6 episodes deep in our YouTube career.
We're going to make this. An hour and 10 minutes. Look at us rolling.
Yep.
Anybody got anything else you want to talk about? We can throw some more stories out there instead of us jibber jabber about stupid shit.
Man, you want me to go there?
Who?
We can go back to driving.
I mean, if you want to. You fucks.
Oh, man. Look, listen. I hope you guys are hearing me loud and clear right
PSA,
now.
You ready?
PSA. I mean, I've already shared the video on my Facebook, but this guy said it very well. And you know what? Matter of fact, there's no reason for me not to just shout this guy out. We're gonna find this. You go ahead and talk about
it. What I think is getting towards anyway is nobody's going to be driving in the future, which is going to be great. Truthfully, when they can actually nail down this autonomous driving situation to where every car has no driver and we can just get back and forth in these vehicles, that'll be amazing because we'll never be late for shit. We'll never.
Well, I mean, I think you could still be late if you don't leave with a reason.
Well, that's again, it's human error, but traffic will not be a problem.
For sure.
There won't need to be traffic lights or any of this crap because we'll just the robots will do all the work. Because we can apparently program a robot better than we can drive the car that the robot is now driving.
There is now going to be an AI drone.
Something just happened to the connection.
What? Where'd the connection go?
Oh, we're back. We're good. Just making sure. Go back to your AI drone.
So, yeah, and now there's going to be AI race drones. And that, to me, is insane because if you can run all that technology, and yet, again, here we are with traffic lights that can't seem to freaking tell us when there's a car there, hey, you want to change? There's nobody over there.
Yeah.
This one, right.
Can a robot not count to 5 or 6? But yeah, no racing. No more crashes. NASCAR crashes would be a lot more spectacular. They're probably packing with dynamite now just for fun.
Oh my god!
Because there's nobody in the car.
Well, no, because then they'd be going so fast. At that point, if they messed up, they'd really mess up.
But also,
the car would probably just disintegrate.
Okay, that brings in my question of if they're going to be driverless robot cars, can you just not program to be the whatever the what? I mean, like this one's going to win, and this one's going to be second, and this one's going to be third. And the path and the route they're going to change. So it kind of takes the fun away from the whole thing.
That's true. Quick shout out to this guy in his video. He's not super popular. He's only got 24,000 subscribers, but that's 24,000.6 more than we've got.
Yeah.
So I'm not hating, but his name is Casey Putsch, and it's Putsch. And then the name of his video is Left Lane Losers Make U.S. Highways Dangerous. And I can tell you, he made so many good points in that video. I actually shared it on my Facebook. I never take the time to share anything because unless I really believe in it, then yeah, I'm not. But I share the heck out of it.
I just don't get it. Well, a lot of time it's adults. These are people that are older than me that like back when the law was paid attention to. If they're young morons and denalies and shit like that, okay, your parents are stupid too, and they just never taught you this or whatever.
Something.
But if you drove in the 90s, what happened? And I came up with a theory. I really came up with a theory in this area because of all the crap. I think I might have said this too. And it's a mixture of everything. With the young people coming in, without knowing how to drive correctly because of the out-of-state tuition with the university, and bringing in all the foreigners that are getting visas. Again, I don't give a crap about foreigners. That has nothing to do with it. But if I'm going to go live in a foreign country, I'm going to learn their ways and learn how to drive on their streets. That makes sense because it's not going to be the same from where I'm at because it's a different place. They're different customs. We're probably going to drive on the other side of the road in Australia. Got to get used to that, right? Makes sense. So here we are, all these melting pot. Beautiful. Let's have a melting pot. But let's help each other and teach these people that we're bringing in here how to do the things properly. And then everything would be fine. That's all it is. A little bit of a helping hand, and everything would work out, and we wouldn't have complaints. Everybody could come over and do their thing. But here we go. Nobody knows how to drive, and then we're in the streets. I talked to a guy in my taxi cab from somewhere in the Middle East living here, and I pulled over for an ambulance, and he asked me what I was doing. And I said, I'm pulling over for an emergency vehicle. And he said, why? And I said, because that's what we do. And he said, in his country, he doesn't do that. And I said, okay, that's fine. But we do here because it's a safety thing. So he didn't know this, but he has a driver's license. Doesn't make sense to me. But that we don't teach them. We just shovel everybody in, and hopefully they'll buy some products at our stores. And then we can make millions of dollars, and everybody will just kill each other on the road. Whoop-de-doo. Go play some more Pokemon Go and drive.
That's for sure.
We got the chat going on?
Yeah, we do. Mr. Chad said, well, let's start back. He said, the light bill in the mansion's killing us. That's what it is. And that's true, man. We got a lot of lights on in the mansion, probably for no reason. We should probably go to the whole West Wing and turn that section off.
Yeah.
We're not even over there, ever. But he said
turn off the lights in the back of the mansion. Go ahead.
He said he likes driving like on an indie race. And he said he used to play car tag in the parking lot when he was younger. And then went on to say that the problem with people is that they have to respect other people first. And this is true. Too many times. Here's the reason. You want to know why a lot of traffic happens? Like, not, first of all, idiots. But that besides that. Second of all, the biggest cause of freaking traffic is people that do not know how to merge. And what I'm talking about is that freaking you just don't.
You get on the highway.
Yeah, get on the highway. You
pick in up
spot
speed.
that you fit in.
You pick up speed. It gives you a quarter of a mile to get onto the highway at most ramps.
Most places. Mr. Tyler, thank you, sir. I see you're heading out.
Have a good night, Tyler.
Appreciate you coming in.
Love you, cuz.
Take it easy, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
But yes, and there's too many times where you get that dick hole that's all like, oh, in this spot, like you just zipper, man.
Yeah,
zipper.
And get over.
Get over. Sometimes, so many times, there's been two open lanes to this person's left, and he's just sitting
I will
there.
cut you off quick. My car has got
man.
enough power at this point in my life where I will cut you off if you scoot over.
I've played this game with a freaking Toyota pickup truck who thought I was just gonna slow down and get behind him. I was like, bro, we can rub.
Nope.
Like, I'm not afraid. I don't care. I can drive a lot better than you. Even if you tap me, we can go for that ride. I promise.
You did not merge. You're like, just quit being an asshole. But the problem is it's a domino effect. One person was an asshole and just started an effect of people being assholes. And blah,
Yeah,
blah,
because then the person behind them is just like, oh, well, now I got to go and all this stuff. And again, it's just like we were talking about last night. One little thing can lead to all these other great things. But, everybody's always in such a hurry. And my favorite thing is for that person to pass me like way back there. You could have just got behind me and we could have just cruised along, but no, you had to go around those three other vehicles to jump one car ahead in front of me.
Slow down.
Not even slow down. Like, okay, yeah, cool, you made distance, and then I catch up with you at the next light all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
There's no point for just drive.
Like, yeah, you got so far, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, it really doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. But we appreciate you guys. Everybody's dipping out. We love this. The fact that we keep going. This is episode 6. Thanks for all the subscribers. We know most people are not going to make it this far whenever they watch it again, so that's fine.
If you've made it this far, we really do appreciate
it. That's just great. I don't know if we're even entertaining at this point, but it's nice to just be able to vent every now and then.
Absolutely, and that's the whole point. Conversation. I know we're lacking on our production part, but episode 6, we jumped into this. We want to do it. We're gonna grow.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna grow.
We're not really about production at this point. We're just trying to get the ball rolling. We thank you guys for being here tonight. We'll see you next week. If there's anything you want to talk about later, shoot us some comments on our videos, and we'll keep the conversation going. DC, thanks for being here. Again, he's going to keep coming back. I'm going to keep coming back, and we're going to keep this going. So remember, it's not that bad out there, guys. So even though it was a negative night, that's the point of it, to get it out. Vent it, talk about it, and maybe we can get better. So thanks again, and we love you guys. And remember, the only you that you need to be is you. And we'll see you again next week.
Next Friday.
Peace out, guys.
Good night.